8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss Pandora.
You are now tuned in to Butter Bee Rocker on Transparency Talks Podcast.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. I am your hostess with the mostest, Butter Bee Rocker, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited about this young fella. He is an actor. He has appeared on projects such as Black Lightning, The Wire, and The Wonder Years, to name a few. He's an author and the owner of Aikan Act. Can you all show some love for Mr. Nakia Dillard? Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being a part. It's a pleasure to officially meet you. I've been excited about our interview for a minute now.
Same here.
Good. Well, I like to dive right on in. Can you tell everybody a little bit about your background, and then I'm going to get it popping?
Oh, sure. Well, hey, everybody. My name is Nakia Dillard, and I've been an actor, producer, director, casting director. I've been doing everything for years, 30 years, 35 years, actually. So, yeah, I've been raised in Philly. I've literally been just helping actors in the city, helping them, get their feet wet. Trying to think what else I can tell you. It's so much.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate the introduction. So you are from Philly.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you have been in this entertainment acting world for over 30 plus years.
30 plus years.
Okay. So how did you get started? What was the pivoting moment where you said, you know what, I'm going to make this as a career?
Well, when I was, I started, it was an acting school that I took when I was 14. It was called Freedom Theater here in Philly. And I just fell in love, just a fire that just burned in me, that I could actually be on stage and, just have fun, like lose myself. I was a really shy kid when I was coming up, and the whole acting thing wasn't something that I saw. I didn't see anybody acting. So when I went to the acting school and saw a few of my teachers, like Johnny Hobbs and Ricardo Martin, doing their thing, it just kind of just inspired me to just keep on going. And I've been going ever since.
Okay. So how did you, okay, I understand you went to acting school, but what made you go to acting school?
I was a big fan of the Cosby Show, and I wanted to be Theo or
There
one of
it
his friends. So that's what inspired me to go to even just inquire about acting.
Okay. All right. So you also mentioned that you not only act, but you are directing and producing, casting. You do a little bit of everything. I think did you also say write?
Yeah, right too. So I wrote a few books, actually, a few kid books. I just produced a few short films. I just actually cast I cast a film with Amari Hardwick recently. I was Idris Elba's dialect coach on
Wow.
Concrete Cowboys. What else? Yeah, like I said, I do a lot.
Okay. Well, you just mentioned one thing about your book, and that you're an author. You have two books, Jimmy and His Super Wheels and Jimmy Learns to Use His Powers. Can you tell me how you came up with the concepts?
Well, those books, I used to go, before COVID hit, I used to go around to different schools, and one of my friends invited me to a school to speak. And one of the kids there, literally, uh, they had no arms and legs, but they were the top of the class. They were in the dance, they were acting, singing, it was on the choir, everything. And this kid, he just inspired me so much. He was like a little superhero, so that's the inspiration behind that book.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I have a children's book. I just wrote my first children's book, and I have a second one that's about to drop that I just
Nice.
announced just now.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I'll
Yeah.
definitely support. I'll grab them.
Yeah, cool, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back into this acting. So 14, you catch the bug. And
Mhm.
then tell me about your first experience when it was like, holy crap, this is real. I am considered to be an actor.
Oh man, I did a play called Bobos. That was my very first play that I actually worked with like professional actors, and I met so many people. Matter of fact, one of the guys that was a part of it, his name is um, his name is Elvis Nolasco, and he's actually in Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, wow.
Um, it was a young lady named Joylette Harris, and unfortunately, she just passed away. But she was in The Wire and so many different shows. But she was just such an inspiration to me and to a lot of Philly actors. Um, but just being able to work alongside them and just feed off them, it just was amazing. And from that, just constantly made me want to better myself and also just continue.
Okay. All right. How do you view Hollywood for Black artists?
Well, it's getting better now. It was a little tough before. I mean, we still have a ways to go. You know, I think we as a people just need to work together. We need to just instead of looking for just instead of looking for validation,
Mm-hmm.
we can just band together and just create and put each other in a pot and we just build from that.
Right.
So but I think we're getting close. We're getting close to that,
Okay.
but still a little ways to go.
Got it. Do you think it's difficult to establish yourself in the film industry, especially when you're brand new?
Um, it really depends because everything is built on relationships, and it just really depends. You know, if you're brand new, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, a lot of times when people say you're brand new, you may be brand new to Hollywood, but you may have been working for years.
That part.
You know, so you may be a new name to them, but people know you.
Right.
People have been following you. So even for me, people have been, saying, "Oh man, this is your biggest job or whatever." I've had tons of big jobs,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
yeah, you just keep going, But I don't value any of them more than the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what got me here, you know.
Right. Right.
hmm
Do you prefer acting in television or film?
I like both. I even like theater. I like I do voiceover, everything. I just enjoy the whole industry. Um, each one have their different, things that, when you do TV, it moves a little faster. Film is a little longer. And then when you do theater, you may rehearse for a very long time. And then your shows, you may do 1 or 2 nights and then you're done, But just that instant gratification that you get from theater is a different energy that you would get when you do TV and film, you have to wait a little longer to see if it works, or see if you even made the cut.
Right.
The other part.
That part.
You'd be like, dang, I did the film and they done cut me out.
I had that recently. I did a commercial, a SAG commercial. I was so excited about this commercial. Man, when they see this commercial, they're going to see me blow up. No, my part was cut out. I still got paid as a SAG and everything, but I'm like, really? I didn't even have any parts.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Okay. What's the first thing you do to research and approach a role?
The first thing, I read through the script, and I just break it all down. When you say when I'm approaching a role, like if I audition for it.
Not just auditioning, but actually getting prepared for you done got the role. So how do you?
Okay, I done got the role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just kind of like read through the script and let it speak to me, and I just try to write down, the different levels of who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I kind of do. I just break it down, listen to it, Sometimes I may even record it so I can hear it.
Yeah, I understand that because there's different layers that you have to be able to do when you are going over your roles, and especially when you get on set. Do you stay in character the whole time you're there, or do you break character, only breaks and stuff like that?
On breaks, it depends on the character. It depends on what I'm playing. But each role I give the same energy to. I give, I make sure that whoever it is, I portray that. I don't walk around with them all day, depending on what, like I said, it just really depends on the role.
Okay. Well, what I want to do right now is I want to dive into your reel so that we can talk some more about your films and projects that you've been on. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right.
Sharice Long, one of the green light victims. Is Sharice alive? It's about 5'2", dimples when she smiles.
Unfortunately, I can't answer that
Why
right
the hell
now.
not? You can tell us 14 died, but you can't tell us who?
We can have counselors talk you through the process of identifying your
I don't want no
family
white people
members.
telling me nothing about my daughter. I'm asking you,
Y'all wouldn't be
sister.
doing us like this if we were white.
This has nothing to do with
Is my
race.
daughter alive? Is she alive? Is she alive?
What the fuck? Put some fucking clothes on and get this bitch out of my house.
She's not a bitch. This is my girlfriend.
You got 2 seconds. Get out of my house or I will.
Man, fuck you.
Fuck me. Who the fuck you talking to? Huh?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Show other people how much of a man you really are. Go ahead.
You know what? Fuck you. And fuck you. Both of y'all get the fuck out of my house and don't you ever come back.
Where the hell are we?
Quiet. I told you, people are listening.
Don't be shushing me. I'm a grown-ass man, and I want to know where the hell are we going?
There are voice-activated sensors in these woods. If you value your daughter's life, you'll shut the hell up.
This could be some kind of setup, y'all. We don't know who's behind this mask and who she could be working for.
Take the alley to cut that off from Calhoun.
So me and Truck go up the wrong way on Stricker Street? You got a badge, remember?
And we're doing the same one block over, so they can't come to ground that block neither.
Started off as a school project, but then it became personal when one of his friends was murdered last month by the police.
You know that was Troy James' boy, right?
Oh, that dude is crazy about his kids.
Please stop asking me questions. Sit down. What are you doing?
Hello, my sister.
Where is he?
Where's the boss? Do right. Where you at?
Where's Dooley? He ain't here. If I was you, I'd get out of here.
I'm right here, T. You don't know who that is?
We are in the presence of royalty.
First off, I'm in here mopping alone, right? She ain't here. And the only ring you ever gave her was around her eye. I know you, and I know your temper.
Ready whenever you are, sir.
That boy has no respect for me whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know where he gets it from. I mean, he didn't get it from me, and he damn sure didn't get it from his mother. It seemed like ever since his mother passed away, he just became this big, angry man. So, look, Vanessa, look, I don't want no man to put their hands on you. My son, no son. No man should have the right to put their hand on you. You hear me? Look, I'm just talking to you as a father.
Hey! Is she alive? Is she alive?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is she dead? Miss, no, is she dead? Please, miss!
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a lot of range in there too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I saw a whole lot of range. That's okay. I see it. What film was the very first one?
I think that was Black Lightning. That's on Netflix. I play a character, Terrence Long, on that. That's when I was trying to figure out where my daughter was, and it was playing around with me, and I wasn't having it.
I believed every word of that. I really did. Like that was the one that stood out the most to me. I'm like, wow. I mean, I felt every emotion. Especially, it was really cool that you put on the end of the reel the ending of you asking her again. That was deep.
Yeah.
That was really, that just took me somewhere.
Yeah, on that particular day when we shot that, the writer came up to me and said, you literally has said exactly how I wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, your performance was exactly what I saw when I wrote this character. And that was an honor to have him, say that to me.
Absolutely. Okay. So my question for you is, when someone is trying to break into this industry, what do you tell them as their first steps to get in?
Well, the first thing I would say is get yourself into a acting community, which is an acting school where you're working with different people. And the fact is, you never know who they may know or where they may go. So when you're working with them, you get a chance to learn other actors. They get a chance to know you. And I would say while you're learning, definitely audition for stuff, because when you can have the book knowledge as well, but the action is in your body. So you have to go out and give it a try. So I kind of push my actors out there to go on and audition and, jump in on stuff. And even if it's behind the scenes, even if you're working as an extra,
mm-hmm.
You're on set and you see how everything works. Definitely take classes. I would definitely recommend that.
Okay. We're definitely going to talk about your acting business in a few minutes, but I want to stay on some more acting questions for you first. Okay. Out of all of the films that you did, which you've done a lot of films, which one was the most challenging for you and why?
The most challenging. I did a film called, what was that film? Oh man, I can't think of the name now. Well, this particular film, we had a scene where it was like one of the coldest nights ever in Philly. And we were outside in the snow and the ice, working, and literally every 5 minutes we had to go back into the car and warm up.
Wow.
It's called The Block. That's the name of it. It was called The Block. It was a good film. It was a student film, but it was fun. It was fun. But that was, I would say, far as like fighting the elements, that was a little tough, but we got through it, and it was a good scene. We had a good time.
I understand that completely. My sons, they've been acting ever since the age of 7, and my son had did a commercial with Holyfield and Holyfield's son, sorry, and it was outside on this golf course. It was freezing here in Atlanta, and I mean freezing. They had on shorts and everything. So every time, right after the takes, they had the big space heaters. They made them put the gloves and all this stuff, and I was like, and when you see it, it looked like it's just summer, and I'm like, it's really winter. It really
Right. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So many times when the way they shoot films, they shoot it out of sequence of the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's cold or when it's hot, they shoot winter scenes. So you got on like fur coats in the summertime, and somebody running over to you, making sure they patting you down, making sure you're not all sweaty on the camera.
Right.
And vice versa. They got you in shorts in the winter, and you got to act like it's spring. You got to act like it's a nice warm day.
Right. Right.
So so people say, "Oh yeah, I can do that." Really, can you?
Right. Can you stand the elements?
Yeah, the elements ain't no joke now.
Now, you mentioned that you was a dialect coach for Idris.
Oh, yes.
How was that experience? Like, that's just not a common thing to be able to say, yeah, I'm his coach. I'm like, what?
Actually, it was an amazing time. Idris is such a really fast learner.
Mm-hmm.
His energy is great. As far as like, he doesn't walk around with that whole like I'm a star type vibe. Like he's like, look, tell me the truth. How do I sound? So I had to let him know. So, but he's good. He's a really, really great guy. Really great actor. So yeah, that's all I can say about Idris.
Okay. So you are the owner of Aikan Act.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Oh, sure. So I started this acting school, and it's truly been a blessing. I've helped so many people get their feet wet. We started age 7 through adult. One of my youngest students, let me see, one of my 11-year-old students, he booked a voiceover, paid him a lot of money. I have one of my oldest students, he just booked a role on New Amsterdam.
Wow.
Like I would say maybe 80 to 85% of my actors work, and the other percentage is just because they don't want to. I can't make everybody do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could just show them where the water is. Can't make them drink, but a lot of them are drinking. So
that's really good. So in your acting school, I'm assuming you're one of the coaches, right? All right.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned about
I have a team that works with me.
Okay. You had mentioned about directing and producing and casting. So have you ever taken any of your students and cast them in any of your projects?
Oh yes, definitely. Like just this past summer, I had 2 of my students work in a film with me. It actually was down in Atlanta. It was called Driving Force, and I had one of my teens. She played my daughter. Her name is Taylor Deal, and I had one of my other. She's actually in South Carolina, and she played the younger. I think she was, how old is Rajay Jones. She's, I want to say 9. She's either 9 or 10, but she played the youngest girl in that particular project. And but again, so like I said, I pull them in, and like I said, I have a team. So I have a team of coaches because I work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So but my school still goes on, and but they let me know like, oh, you need to check this one out or check that one out, and trust me, when an opportunity comes up, I'm gonna pull them in.
That's really good, because I went to an acting class with this one company, and they didn't pull in any of their students, and I felt that they missed opportunity there, because you're their coach, so you should be coaching them, getting them ready. And when you do have a platform to put them on, especially your own people, you should definitely try to put them on. I mean, you can't put everybody on, but I do
Yeah.
think they missed the opportunity. So it's good to know that you are pulling, not only are you teaching them and having your team help them develop them and everything, but you also are then pulling and pouring into them.
Definitely. Yeah, you got to. I mean, that's why I say you got to really watch who your teachers are. Um, because your teachers could be jealous of you too. Your teachers could not want you to overshine them. Like I've had a friend of mine tell me, because I do help with casting and things, they say that, well, what if you and your student have the same audition and they book it? And I'm like, that's good. I can't play everything.
Right.
So just because you book it over me or whatever doesn't mean that you're more talented. It could just be anything. It's so many factors that goes into casting.
Yes.
It could be like you may look like the child that they're trying to cast, or it's so much stuff. Like you might be too short, too tall for this particular role. It doesn't always have to do with like, oh, you're the best for this particular role, but you still got to show and prove, when you get the role. But it's so many things, so many factors, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one of the things you just mentioned was that one of the students that you had in your film that you filmed in Atlanta was from South Carolina. So if you're all the way in Philly, is it safe to say that you are offering online courses that other people can get involved in being?
Definitely. Yep. So we're worldwide. We're anywhere you want to. If you want to sign in, you can sign on in the class. And,
so how does the online one work? Because I've had people approach me about the online. I don't know if it's more personable, as being right there. So walk me through that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was in the same boat. Like I felt the same exact way. But when COVID hit, it kind of forced me into doing it that way. But then, the industry is virtual. I mean, look at what we're doing right now. We're doing an interview, so this you have to do self-tape auditions. So you have to send that in now. So now, because you're training virtually, you're looking at yourself. So now when you do your self-tape auditions, you're a little more comfortable with that world. And I mean, nothing beats being in person. Nothing beats that. But just you gotta shift with the times and with the world. So we train you up in that way, but and also it takes away a lot of excuses too. Because if you can't hit a button, because first it was like, oh, I'm late, I'm this, I can't get this. If you can't hit a button, you ain't trying to act.
Right.
I've heard all the excuses.
Yeah.
Now you got your phone, you got your tablet. There's really no excuse now.
Yeah, very, very true. So this is called Transparency Talks Podcast. I like to be very transparent with people because people see you on TV and they think that there's no struggles. I'm an international recording artist. I tour the world, right? And they think that butter is just butter all the time. And that's just not reality. So can you be transparent and tell us what has been some of your struggles or situations to get to where you are now?
Well, I mean, every day, I mean, like, just being an artist and being a business owner, it's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of it has to be a fight in you because the industry, the world will take shots at you. And if you don't really really work on your mindset, you can really walk away destroyed. I mean, like for me, I work on my mindset every day. I listen to something positive. Even when I'm driving, I'm listening to like audio books and things like that, just to kind of keep me in a space of creation and different ideas that may push me to another level. But it's days when it's really slow. It's really slow. Like this time of year, it gets really slow.
Yeah.
So what do? You have to prepare for that. Whether it's like I have a lot of different things that I do with the students. Like I have an affiliate program so that even when they share or tell people about the classes, they make money doing that. So I'm always thinking of different ways to try to help them. And because I don't believe in starving artists. I don't believe in that. Like we're too talented. We have too much in us to just walk around as if we don't have.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even pinpoint a one situation, but I've had some hard situations, some hard times, but like I said, one thing about me, I don't stop fighting. You got to keep fighting.
Okay. What are some of your upcoming projects that you're working on, and how can people reach you?
I have a bunch of different things coming out. I have a role on BMF.
Nice.
Yep, thanks. Like the film I just mentioned, Driving Force, that should be out soon. I have a film that's Lola Part 2 that's coming out. That was a boxing film, and that was with Antoine Allen, who directed that and wrote that. Let's see what else I have coming out. I have a film that's on Tubi right now called A Party to Die For. You can actually watch that now. Man, I've been literally rocking and rolling.
It sounds like
films out. Yeah, I can't even think of them.
Okay, well, while you thinking, let me ask you a question. So
Nothing wrong. Just happy to talk with you.
My
it was Siri.
Right. When you are doing all of these performances, you do theater, you're writing, you're directing, you're producing, you're doing so many things, right? How do you balance your life outside of the entertainment world?
It's tough. I get hollered at all the time. It's hard. I'm still trying to master it. I'm trying to, I'm working on my time management, as far as just getting everything that I need done, but it is a struggle because when you act, it's not always on a schedule. We could be talking right now. I do an audition 2 weeks ago and just get a call today saying that I booked it and I have to shoot next week.
Right.
2 weeks from now. So it's never like where so I could book a flight because I could be like, okay, I'm gonna go on vacation and I'm gonna go, and the next thing you know, I book something, and that has happened.
Yeah.
Like one year, I was dating a young lady and she was mad at me, but I had to do it. She got tickets for Jamaica or somewhere, and I booked a job. She was mad. Yeah.
I've had a lot of those. I got to the point where I stopped trying to book stuff. I'm like, I can't confirm if I can make it to these events, if I can make it to the family reunions. I can't confirm I can make it to this wedding because I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Oh, I'm out. Like everybody know that I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so how can people book you or get in contact with you?
I'm on Instagram and I have a website. So you can follow me at Nakia Dillard or Aikan Acts on Instagram and or you could, hit me up on the website is AIKANACTS.org.
It's good that you said that because I was going to say, can you spell it so we can make sure people got it? All right, spell it one more time for the people in the back row.
Sure. AIKANACTS.org.
Okay, wonderful. And you are accepting people right now, correct?
Yes, from age 7 through adult. Like I said, my oldest student is 67. My youngest is 7. We have a lot of teenagers. Like just this weekend. Now that's one thing that I have been doing a lot of casting. So just like literally, I want to say for the last few weeks, I've cast at least 50 to 60 of my students in different projects.
Wow.
So this weekend, I have 5 kids working on a film with Tommy Davidson. They're shooting out here, and I have next week I have a couple teens working on a project. I have one of my 10-year-olds working on a project that's starting maybe 2 weeks from now. I have a couple adults working on a few projects. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of my time has been like casting, So yeah, but I'm in the mix too. So like I said, next month, actually January, I'm doing a film in Baltimore.
Okay.
It's called Zion, and it's with a few guys from The Wire, and yeah, it should be fun.
Awesome. Well, I would like to take this time to say thank you for being a part of Transparency Talks podcast. I have learned a whole lot. If you are listening, make sure you go and sign up for his classes. He does take people online. And as y'all can hear, he not only takes you and molds you and, gets you prepared, but he also then pulls and puts you on different projects that he has access to. So make sure that you are contacting him. Again, his website is www.aikanacts.org. So I just put it on there. Make sure that you do please contact him. And with that being said, everybody, we are out of here. Now you don't leave, but I got to go with them. So with that being said, we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take care, y'all.
Bye.